Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, today I have got a Doom Foretold Yorion 80 card deck for you. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you, we are only a few days away from May 8th, where we will be going live for the very first time on YouTube to give away a Strixhaven set booster box to one of our subscribers. So if you want an entry into that so that you could possibly be the winner of the box, make sure you check the description down below on exactly what you need to do to enter. So also down there, you're going to find information of the Discord if you want to become part of the Brew Crew family and start just enjoying talking with other people who are interested in the game, building deck ideas, stuff like that. So go ahead and check out our Discord as well. So why don't we go ahead and get into the deck real quick. As you can see, it is at a 62% win rate after 8 games. It was real easy to get some really nice, good gameplay in for you guys with this deck. It's a really fun one. It looks a little weak on the draw, I'm not going to lie, but that was actually due to the shuffler. The 2 games that I lost there, both times I just didn't get land, which happens to any deck. Plus, on the draw, all decks are a little weaker, but I feel like control decks on the draw should be decently strong. So overall, I think this deck is fine on the draw. It's really good on the play, and let me show you what we're working with. So here we go, and obviously, we're going to start off with a Yorion in a Yorion deck. I love that joke, haha. And then we'll go into our removal package. So first, we're going to have a non-enchantment removal package. Non-enchantment because obviously enchantments are important because they're a permanent on the board for Doom Foretold. But that package is 2 Eliminates, 2 Heartless Acts, 4 Vanishing Verses. This is a new card. 1 black, 1 white. It's an instant exile target monocolored permanent. Very important. Exile. Gets around all of those indestructibles right now that are flying around, so that's a really, really cool card. And things like, you know, Annex. If you got an Annex on the board, they're not going to get their little tokens. You know, all kinds of different stuff you can do. We'll have 1 copy of Helica Perdition, I never say that quite right, which is also going to double as land. 2 copies of Necromentia, that's mainly in there for the ultimatum decks, but I mean, if you find a good place to use it, obviously do, but once you get rid of their ultimatums, they're in a whole lot of trouble. 1 copy of the new Baleful Mastery, it's a great removal early, it's an even better removal late. Then we have 3 copies of Extinction Event to go ahead and wipe the board. Next, we have our removals that also stay on the board for Doom Foretold, or at least they'll stay on the board for some time. They are sagas. So we have 3 Elspeth's Nightmare, which is really good for removal, also gets rid of cards in their hand, and then great against, you know, cycling. Binding the Gods, we have 3 copies of that, really good ramp as well as removal. Elspeth Conquers Death, we all know how good that is. Then our non-removal enchantments that are going to stick on the board is Wolfwillow Haven, 3 copies, a little bit of ramp. Omen of the Sun, 3 copies of that, good for life gain, good to block all those stupid red and white decks coming at you and stay alive a little longer. And then 3 Treacherous Blessings to go ahead and get a lot of draw value. And then, of course, we're going to have our 4 Doom Foretolds. So that is a really big card because it gets around all kinds of fun stuff. Once again, if all they have is Bone Crusher out, you're not taking damage. If they have Dream Trawler out, you don't care. Indestructibles, you don't care. And when it comes back to your turn, if you have a Treacherous Blessing in play, make sure that is the first thing that you get rid of with this Doom Foretold. So then we have our creature package, which is 2 of the new Callous Blood Mage. It's a 1 black, 2 colorless, 2/1 Vampire Warlock. Why is this in the deck? When Callous Blood Mage enters the battlefield, choose 1. A 2/1 for 3 is pretty bad, right? But you can either create a 1/1 black and green pest. I'm not going to read the rest. We know what a pest does. It's right there. So maybe if we need a bunch of creatures to block, that's a great one against mono red, mono white. Maybe that's the mode we're using. Or we can draw a card, lose a card against another control deck, the mirror match, anything like that. Give us a creature on the board and another card in our hand, or exile target player's graveyard, target, even your own. Against rogues, exile yours. Against Rakdos, exile theirs. Against cycling, see you later. So really nice interaction there. We have 1 Pelucranos Unchained. That's probably in there for a lot of things, once again, like rogues. 2 Elder Gargoths, that's in there against all your rush decks. Once you get that down against mono red, they can kill it, but it's going to take a whole lot for them, and it probably did what it needed. And then we got a little sneaky Yorion in here just for some more blinking action that our opponent doesn't need to know we have other than our companion. And then lastly is our late game bomb cards that aren't creatures, which is 1 Kea the Inexorable, super powerful card. If you get to be able to -7 it and she only has 7 on her, do it anyway. She brings herself back instantly. Don't wait till you have 8. You're getting her back anyways. 2 Professor Onyx because It's Professor Onyx and it ends games. 1 Amaria's Call, so we have an extra white, or 2 4/4s late. And then Eerie Ultimatum, 2 copies. We can bring all kinds of stuff back. We can bring back one of each of these, this, any of this, everything except for this row. We can bring back one with that. That is a game closer. Super amazing card. And then lastly is our lands. We've got 3 plains, 2 swamps, 3 forests, 4 of each of the pathways that we can touch, 2 of the black-green snarls, 2 of the green-white temples, 4 triomes of the black, green, white. We don't need anything with red in there. We're not running Valky. And 4 fabled passages. So that is the deck. Don't forget to like the video, please. Smash that subscribe button. It really helps us out. It means a whole lot to us over here at the Brew Crew, as well as it gets you an entry into being able to win the Strixhaven set booster box. Well, kind of gets you an entry. There's a little bit more than that. Check down in the description below. So without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Explicit. So, what do we got? They are a Loris deck, so probably rogues, could be mono white. Our hand has a way to deal with both decks. We have the land and a bunch of removal in our hand, as well as a draw. So, whatever deck they are, I think we're good here. So we need a white and a black out into a third black. So this gives us a white, this gives us a black, and hopefully we draw another land. We could go that route, but I think we're going to actually put this out on black. This will be white, this will be green. Just to guarantee that turn 3. We'll probably draw land before then, but, you know, we could either be sure, or we could be gambling. This is white, green, black. So they're showing us white, so I no longer really think they're on rogues. Mono white now. Nice, another land. So this is an instant. So let's throw this out on white. So I was deciding whether or not to throw the Amirius Call right there, but let's not take any life yet. Even though I'm fine with our life total being used as a resource, but at this moment, I want to see what they're doing before I make too many brash cycling. Okay. I actually haven't seen a lot of cycling yet. They caught me off guard with that one. Well, we have the Elspeth's Nightmare. That's good for us. There's the Valiant Rescuer. And let's just take that out before our turn hits. We have to be careful with our life total at this point. We don't want to wipe their graveyard out yet. It's way too young. Let's just use that term. So if I throw out a land, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I draw 3 cards, I'll have to discard a card. That feels bad. I can't do anything super crazy other than bring Yorion in my hand. Yeah, let's bring the Yorion into hand, and then we can bindings, if they throw something next turn, into another Yorion binding, or we can Elspeth into another Yorion bind, you know. They're going to probably try to throw another value creature and cycle. No, they don't have a value creature, so we're just cycling. Saving a white, so they have something maybe? Just watching their graveyard size, thinking about when I'm going to throw this. Maybe they're looking for land. Fabled Passage, look at you, out of nowhere. So we have more need for white in our hand than anything else. So let's go ahead and we can cast everything else. Let's go ahead and get some white. I still don't think it's time to crack that. They're not even at 4 land. They only have 4 cards, so why throw the Elspeth's Nightmare? I still can't throw this. And they're not throwing creatures right now. I have Extinction, Elspeth's Nightmare. I'm ramping. Well, let's use all of our mana to the best of our ability. I know that we have a Yorion that we can reuse the binding. I know that we have the Elspeth's Nightmare, the Extinction event. I think this might be the turn to go ahead and throw the Elspeth's Nightmare coming up. They're going to get to, I don't know, around 10 before we can do it, so they might try to pop that off. We'll see. They're at 7. That's 8. So next turn they can do it for 8 if they really, really want to. Otherwise, yeah, otherwise we'll drain their graveyard. Let's grab our Triome. We don't want to lose too much life, so if I put this out, I can still, yeah, let's put this out right here. Let's put the Amirius Call out tapped now, and let's Elspeth's Nightmare our opponent. I could have blinked the Yorion for more ramp, but we're doing well here. So they're gonna have to cycle once and then Zenith Flare if they have it. Otherwise, they lose their Zenith Flare in their hand, then they lose their graveyard. Okay, they can't do it now. So I would stop right now if I was our opponent. Okay, let me see your hand. Or they're looking for that other Zenith. Okay, well, there's that one. Let's get rid of that. And then I want to wipe their grave, so I could throw that, but I definitely wouldn't be blinking it. I mean, do I have an Extinction Event? We know their whole hand at the moment. Now we Treacherous Blessing. And I don't think there's anything else worth doing. So let's go ahead and end the turn. They might find a Zenith Flare. They won't hit us for more than, what? 1, 2. They get to cycle a few more cards. They don't find it on this card here. Then they can't do it. And even then, it's only for 13 before I eliminate their entire graveyard. And they have to start over with lands and a Loris. There's a Flourishing Fox. That's how you play against the cycling deck. Boom. Start over. Get wrecked cycling. We have so much land to play. Maybe we'll cycle this. Let's just keep playing smart. We need, let's put you out on green. Okay, I was going to say, we don't have a quick finisher, but we had it, so let's play smart. Ishmaru. Welcome to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to meet you. Who's this guy? Too much coffee. So, our opponent's not showing us any information, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be quick. Problem is, we have no black land. Mulliganing seems bad, and I have a scry, so I'm going to keep this. We're aggressively going to mulligan 4 black, plus we get a draw. An extra, we'll draw before we see what we have to play. Let's see. Not having black in the hand. If I draw 1 black source, we are in this game. Mono white, Snow White, Selfless Savior. Big money. Ooh, that's not big money. That's big money. I like that this card says Exile. Selfless Savior. I don't think so. Another Snowland. Seasoned Hollowblade. Ooh, juicy. Yep, take it. I'm going to wait till they attack, see what they do. This is an instant, so, uh-oh, we're in a lot of trouble. What can we do? Oh, how do I get rid of this? What they don't know. Yeah, you know the saying. Shadow Spear. Do you have another land in your hand? So that you may equip said spear? Let's go ahead and let's get you out of here. And we take 1 from the Selfless Savior. I think they missed a land drop there, which is good for us, but hey, it's a greedy deck. So we just throw the white down and we pass the turn, holding up an Omen and a Heartless Act. It's that simple. Hopefully they try to equip the Shadow Spear onto the Selfless Savior, and we just handle it. Another Seasoned Hollowblade. That's not bad. We'll be able to deal with this. Okay, first off, we got to get rid of some permanents on their side of the board while creating some for us. Okay, so let's go ahead and block that. We're setting up this Doom Foretold. Hey, look, it's a land. I think I can throw this and still Doom. Because they can't get rid of our Omen next turn, and we can Binding. So, yeah, let's get this on board. I'll hold up this as a blocker. They have to sack one of these, then we sack this, then I Bindings whatever they do. No attacks. And we just kind of set ourselves up for a decent little set here. So now when they throw their next permanent this turn to save this Seasoned Hollowblade, we're going to kill it with the Binding or the Heartless. Well, no, we need the Binding because we need... Yeah, so there's the... Oh, no! Oh, no! That's good, actually. Yeah, it's good play. We're still fine, but it's a little trickier now. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so we're going to put you out on white, and we're going to not let them have a chance. Destroy this creature. It's a little sad we're not going to get that value out of the Yorion, but that's okay. The Doom Foretold, the value out of the Doom Foretold. I'm going to bring the Yorion into my hand, is what I was thinking. And no point attacking because they'll block, because they're going to lose their Seasoned Hollowblade right now. So the upkeep happens before draw, so we're never going to draw a flash in. So we're going to lose the Doom Foretold. That's fine. Now we have binding into the next turn Yorion. Feels good. There's the Seasoned Hollowblade, which is fine because we can, like I said, we can do shenanigans. That was 3 of those, huh? There's one there, and then one there. So we're actually going to drain their hand, and we're not going to Yorion because I want to use this Omen. So the first thing we'll do is we'll throw this out on black. We have a lot of white. And then next, no attacks, and the turn. So they have a Maul the Skyclaves. That's the situation where this is a little awkward, but that's okay because we're going to flash in this at the end of turn, or during their turn, whether they do that or not. Well, binding's the actual equipment. Okay, what do you do? It's a battlefield, choose odd or even protection from that. Okay, that's fine. So they can protect themselves from the binding. Okay, that's fine. I like it. Even. Yes. You're gonna attack, huh? I mean, I'll definitely drain your hand a little. Okay. And then we'll Omen. Protection from each mana value. Chosen protection from each mana value. Okay. It's an interesting way to word it. I think we're going to go ahead and... I know we have the Yorion. We need to see what we got coming up. 2 lands are bad. Eliminate is even. They chose even. But I can... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't... this is weird. This is weird. This is weird. Weird. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. So we'll get to throw out the Fabled Passage. And then... So we have 7 land. Let's go ahead and throw the Yorion. Our opponent has got us in a little bit of a spot. Obviously, we don't want... Nope, submit 0. Next. And then pass a turn. No attacks. And turn. The Yorion blocks this stinking lava thing. And the Eliminate can stop the Seasoned, but I'm not going to use this on that because I can just keep block. There's the Maul, which we've been waiting for. So this will kill that. So, okay, they'll throw that there. That's fine. And we'll let them through this turn. So let's go ahead and crack this. They just messed up a little bit because they have no cards in their hand. So now we can eliminate that Seasoned Hollowblade. Will not block. We're only at 17 now. They know we have the binding. Hey, look, it's another one, but let's not let them know we have it. We're binding. The Maul. I'll still block with Yorion, and we'll swing with these 2. I mean, they have to top deck something amazing to get through, like... Another one. This one will choose odd. Oh, nice! They don't know we have the other binding. But we are running out of stuff to do. So let's go ahead and binding. The odd one. And let's start racing them. And the turn. I don't want them to know we got that. Next turn we'll have Death Touch, but they have... Oh, no! Well, it doesn't help. They don't know that. Now they know we have the Swamp. Well, back to not race. Oh! What do I have? Do I have anything? Oh, let's take that. What do I don't know what I have over here. Oh, we have the Omen, the Binding we just did, and the other, oh, the Doom Foretold. Oh, okay, we're doing this. Ooh, boom. You, and... Oh, one of each, one of each. Can't do that twice. Binding takes you down. Boom! We will go ahead and swing in with the lot. Huh! We have Rand 96. Hello, Rand. We go first. Opponent's not showing us any info. We can get to bindings real quick. So even though our hand is pretty fat as far as how much it costs, we'll keep it. We'll go off on the Triumph first, and then we can go into turn 2 Pathway with Willow. Maybe. Yep. Our opponent's not showing us anything crazy right now. So maybe I need to get this tapped land on the battlefield. It's another binding. I say we keep it. Lots of bindings are good with Yorions all over the place. Okay. So now let's throw this out on white. And let's... Oh, no. Cancel that. Cancel that. Cancel that. Let's use you and you to throw you on here. I like to spread these out on sources that can't produce green is the main reason I did that. It just always seems to work out a little better. Hey, Llanowar Visionary. They get to draw a card. And we get to start ramping. Let's bindings it. Boom, boom. We get to ramp it up. There's the land drop. So they didn't miss the land into the Prismari. Okay, so we're playing kind of a Dragon's deck. Let's go ahead and always grab the Triumph. Comes into play tapped anyways. Let's throw this out on black because we have a lot of black that we need to produce for this. And then let's go ahead and blink this. Blink that binding. Blink that binding. I could have also blinked the Wolf Willow over to here, but I had no place. So we didn't go that route. If I draw another land, naturally we can Yorion this again, but we would lose a Yorion. We have the ultimatum, but nothing in our graveyard. So we got to start doing something that allows things to get into the graveyard. We're just trying to get things into the graveyard and make our opponent spend their cards so that we can get to this here ultimatum. Goldspan Dragon. Guess what beats a Goldspan Dragon? A Yorion. Also a Pelucranos. If I wanted it to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, plus we could fight. Let's grab another one of these. So let's go ahead and throw the Snarl. And then let me just make sure if I black, green, and 2 more, and then I still have a black and a green. So let's go ahead and throw the Peluk. Let's get our fight on. Nice thing about that is target of a spell. No gold for you. Okay, this is fine with me. This is all being fine. I shouldn't have maybe did that because we know they have dragons, so we know they have hasters. But I decided to attack. So what do we got? I think we have everything we need to throw this when we want to. It's just not a lot of value yet. Vanishing takes care of this, but let's just do this. Let's throw the bindings onto the Bone Crusher. Bring Yorion into our hand. We still have the Vanishing Verse with the white and black here, and swing in for 4, bringing our opponent down to 12. Seems solid. We're gonna use bindings a lot this game. What do you got over here? What do you got? It's a Goldspan Dragon. That resolves. So if I do this before they attack, they get too much gold. Let's go ahead and do it now. Exiles it. Boom. Because they would have got another piece if they attacked first. And then if they had like something they could do for 4 right now, that's even worse. Or 6. I don't know what you do for 6 on my turn. Okay, Rand. Llanowar Visionary, that's when you know you're... So, I guess, yeah, they could have used more mana if I gave it to them and did something else. Heartless Act is pretty good draw right there. Let's go ahead and grab this Triumph. I mean, there's not enough to do the Eerie. This doesn't bother me because this is flying. I think I'm attacking. Let me see. They have, what, 7? This makes 8 mana? I'm trying to think what 8 would do for them that 7 wouldn't, other than... If they have Ugin, that would suck. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna do it for the Doom Foretold deck. I'm definitely gonna be taking this one out a little more. I think this is what I'm going to be running to try to get into Diamond for the season, just because it does have a lot of tools that can do a lot of the things that I want it to, but it's kind of catching people off guard. You know, they know the Doom Foretold deck once they see the Doom Foretold. Up until then, they're not playing quite the way they should against a deck like this, and we have tools now that we didn't have before in Professor Onyx, in Vanishing Verse. Some really nice tools, Baleful Mastery, that we didn't have before, that I think really makes this deck strong in the current format again. So one change I am going to make, and then we're going to let you get along with your day, because these games were a little long, but is I think in best of 1 you don't need 2 Necromancias. If you run it against a whole lot of ultimatums, and there are a decent amount out there, then that's great, but even then, 2 in the hand can just really catch you off guard, or even 1 against like mono red, mono white. It's not exactly what you're looking for, even though I have won games calling Onyx or a Torbrand or Embercleave against them. So I'm not saying it's bad, but I am going to replace that with 1 card I think the deck needs against things such as rogues, and that is going to be 1 Cling to Dust. So the Cling to Dust doesn't take away from any of our value that we get from Doom Foretold or from Eerie Ultimatum, because we're replacing a sorcery with an instant, but now we can manipulate the graveyard a little, either ours, theirs, doesn't matter what we're doing. We can gain life, we can draw cards, and we just have a little bit more interaction against rogues and those such decks. So those are the changes I'm making, or that is the change I'm making. It's only 1. The deck is super solid how it is. It is a blast to play. If you have the cards, definitely try the deck out. It is absolutely a blast. So please give this video a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button. It really helps support the channel. Make sure you check out down below how you can get an entry or more into the Strixhaven set booster box that we're giving away live on May 8th. And as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.